Breaking clay targets in your own backyard is not only fun, it's great practice. To enjoy your passion, our goal at Champion Traps and Targets is to provide you the best equipment available. We want to make sure you get the most from your Easybird thrower. And most importantly, that you're safe. In this instructional video, we'll walk you through the steps to assemble your Easybird auto feed trap. Later, our experts will tackle some of the frequently asked questions and give hints on troubleshooting.
Hi, I'm Tim Brandt, Communication Specialist with Champion. First of all, I want to thank you for buying the Easybird auto feed trap. I know you'll have just as much fun with yours as I do with mine. After watching this video, you'll know all the ins and outs of the Easybird system. Learning how it works, the simple setup, and minor adjustments will allow you to get the most out of this quality trap.
Here's how the trap operates. A gear motor rotates the throwing arm against the tension of the mainspring. When the arm is cocked, a limit switch inside the trap is triggered, shutting off power to the gear motor. A Champion target then drops into the throwing arm. When the shooter releases the clay pigeon by foot pedal or safe release switch, the gear motor rotates the spring-loaded arm, throwing the target.
Pull! Pull!
After the throwing arm releases the target, it continues to rotate, moving the slide plate forward and backward, allowing a new target to drop into position on the throwing arm. When the arm is in motion, the slide plate moves forward. The clay target retainer pulls back, allowing the stack of targets to drop onto the slide plate. The retainer pushes in and holds the second target and remaining stack above it. The first target in the stack drops free onto the throwing arm, reloading the trap for another release.
The Easybird auto feed operates that simple. Just give it some power, grab some Champion targets, your favorite Federal ammo, your eyes and ears, and you're ready for hours of fun. The Easybird auto feed will take minutes to set up for a full day of shooting. Let's walk you through these easy to follow instructions.
The trap may be mounted to any suitable platform or surface that provides a means to bolt the trap down in at least two places. We're going to attach it to the three-legged stand included in the box. With the frame plate and legs assembled, simply attach the trap to the four corners of the frame plate with bolts, washers, and lock nuts provided. Tighten all nuts and bolts securely. Refer to the instruction manual for determining the correct hardware for each attachment. Next, mount the magazine assembly. The four magazine rods are attached to the trap by slipping them over the studs mounted on the top of the trap. Attach the horseshoe-shaped magazine top plate with the four magazine top plate screws, keeping the opening of the magazine top plate toward the rear of the machine. Now, mount the throwing arm path indicator by attaching the two front tube supports to the mounting holes on the front sides of the trap body using 4 bolts. Make sure the warning labels on the supports face upright. Slide the 3 pieces of arm path indicator tubing over the ends of the front and rear tube support studs. This ring indicates the approximate path of the throwing arm, but it's not meant for lifting the trap. Now, attach the mainspring. Do not have the battery connected yet. Rotate the arm counterclockwise 180 degrees so it's facing forward of the trap in the 12 o'clock position. If the arm cannot be rotated counterclockwise, connect the trap to a battery and briefly push and release the safe release switch. This will move the drive bar out of the way and allow the arm to be moved forward. Disconnect the battery after the arm is in the 12 o'clock position. The trap can be placed on a table and tipped forward for easier access during mainspring installation. With the eye bolt facing the rear of the trap, Attach the hook end of the mainspring through the crankshaft eye bolt located inside the trap body. Now, push the threaded end of the mainspring bolt through the hole in the rear of the body. Next, slide the black mainspring bushing on the end of the mainspring bolt, with the smaller end of the bushing fitting into the rear hole of the Easybird body. Now, attach the flat washer and tension adjustment flange nut to the end of the mainspring bolt. With the throwing arm still facing forward of the trap, tighten the flange nut until all the slack is removed from the mainspring bolt, and then tighten another 1 or 2 turns. Add the tension adjustment lock nut and tighten the 2 nuts against each other. Now the throwing arm is in the uncocked position and is under minimum tension. That's it. Your trap is ready to throw.
Simple and easy. Now all you have to do is find a friend or two and a safe shooting location. With Champion, shoot better, have fun. I'm here with David Suddy, Champion Traps and Targets engineer. David, what are a few problems that consumers may run into when they set up the Easybird auto feed?
There are 2 main problems customers may run into when they set up the Easybird auto feed trap. The first problem is the throwing arm may stop too far away and not drop a target. The second problem is the arm may stop too far into the machine and then the machine will continuously fire.
David, now that you've told us what these problems are, show us what they look like and how to fix them.
Tim, the first problem we talked about was the arm stopping too far away and a target not dropping. Let's take a look at that up close. Tim, we've unloaded the trap of targets to show what's happening up close. When we turn the power on and the trap cocks and it's ready to fire, we'll see that the lower slide plate is not back far enough. Can you unhook the battery so we're safe? We can see that the lower slide plate is not back far enough and there's a small lip showing. When that happens, the target may hang up on that or tip down. Then when we fire the trap, the target may break. Tim, to fix the problem of the arm stopping too far away, we first safe release the trap, we remove power from the battery, now we're going to go adjust the limit switch. The limit switch can be adjusted from under the trap, but to get a better view of it, we're going to remove the front panel of the trap. Tim, here's the limit switch. It looks like this. As the throwing arm is cocked by the gear motor, this switch will close, which stops the throwing arm. What we need to do is get the throwing arm to stop farther in the machine, which will eliminate that lip we saw in the lower slide plate. To do this, we'll loosen the screws on the limit switch and pull it out slightly. This will let the arm move in a little bit farther. Okay, let's loosen the mounting bolts. We'll pull the switch out a little ways and then retighten the mounting bolts. Now we can test the trap to check the slide plate adjustment. Okay, Tim, let's check that adjustment and see if that helped. We'll reconnect the battery, turn the machine back to on. Now we can see that the lower slide plate has moved back, there's no lower lip showing, and the targets are clear to drop down onto the throwing arm. Now we can put the front panel back on the machine, load some targets, and have some fun.
Well, Dave, what if that doesn't fix it?
If the customer needs to move the limit switch slightly farther, they can drill out the holes in the limit switch mounting plate, or they can actually bend the arm on the limit switch itself. In this case, they can use a needle nose pliers and bend the arm slightly down.
Well, David, what if the opposite happens? What if the arm just continuously cycles?
If the arm continuously cycles, we will again need to adjust the limit switch. But in this case, we'll move the switch in towards the center of the machine, which will stop the arm farther away. Again, if you need more adjustment room, you can drill out the holes in the mounting plate, or you can adjust the arm on the limit switch itself. In this case, we'll slightly bend the arm up. After we've adjusted the limit switch, let's retest the machine. If it functions correctly, let's put the front panel back on, go get some targets and have some fun. Pull! Pull!
Champion's Easybird series of traps are easy to set up and extremely reliable. he'll provide you and your family and friends hours of entertainment. Champion Traps and Targets. Shoot better, have fun.